everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my 2021 bullet journal. So today I'll be sharing with you what I've already done and also some video footage of me setting up some pages. So here I'm showing you my most anticipated releases of the year. These pages are set up in a way so when I have read the book that I'm anticipating, I can actually put in a picture of the cover, which I'm really excited to do, and I've really narrowed it down to only 4 books per month. Otherwise, there's no way I'm going to be able to read them all, because last year I found out I couldn't read my 100 books I wanted to read that year. And here I am showing you my physical TBR. Yes, it's big, but it's beautiful. I found out that 2 pages for my physical TBR was not enough, so here I am setting up a 3rd page. You can see how I did it, how I decided to make the book shapes. Pretty much I just did the first section with a ruler, and then the rest I kind of just decided, I'll just make this thin and this height and so on and so forth, just kind of to make it look nice. And then I decorated it with some stickers from Keeper of the Suns, which is my favorite Etsy store ever. I buy every single collection that they ever make, and it's amazing. I will leave the link down below, and I'll let you watch this little run through. So all I've done pretty much for my physical TBR pages is to make the little book spines and to put some stickers on the shelf and kind of make it look more like how my shelves look at home. Last year I decided just to do full book ends, but this year I wanted to add a little bit of decoration to the shelves, which I haven't done before, because that's what my shelves actually look like. So I really enjoyed how it turned out, and I loved the little Snorlax sticker at the end there. And now we'll be going on to the books read section. So my books read section is actually a place where I can put all my stats and a quick overview of how many books I've read for the year. So all I've done is to make tiny little squares. I think I made 120-ish. I have no idea, I can't be bothered counting, but every time I read a book I will write 1, 2, 3 and so on and so forth. If the book is written in gold, then it means it's a physical book. If it's written in silver, it means it's an ebook or audiobook, which I really like. It gives me a quick overview of if I'm reading more physical or more ebooks, because I would prefer to read my more physical books because I buy a lot of physical books, yet I tend to always read more ebooks, which is not great for my pocket. So I definitely need to make that change and more conscious reading and conscious buying choices, because if I'm not going to read the books I buy, I rather just buy them in ebook form and read them that way, even though I do like them all on my shelf. And I've also put a little stats section where at the end of the year I can fill up a total books read, total pages read, total books purchased, total physical books, and total ebooks. And this really helped me out last year. I really loved looking at it in December to fully see what I've done, what I've read, and it's such a great way to track everything. I highly recommend adding this page if you don't have it, or if you haven't thought of it, because I think I saw it in Books with Chloe's bullet journal last year and I loved it. So if you're a stats person, I highly recommend this. The last part of this page was probably the hardest, was to pick a accent sticker, and I actually went with this little Believe in Yourself, which was actually a thank you card from a Keep It With Sons order. Yes, I really do order that much from them. And then I actually added a little Oscar Wilde quote, which says, "If you cannot read a book over and over again, there is no use reading at all," which I quite like because I love rereading books. And I kind of agree, if I don't want to reread that book again, is it really a 5-star? Is it really a favorite? And that's how I kind of try and judge my top books. But in saying that, I'm also terrible at ratings, because I always want to be nice and I never want to do anything below a 4-star, because I don't know why. Even though I think a lot of what I read is more 3-star, it's a problem I really need to sort out in 2021, which leads me kind of into my goals. So the actual page after my bookish stats will be my monthly stats, which I still haven't done. I don't know why. I think it's because it's a boring page and I just can't be bothered doing it. But here is my front cover page and my goals for 2021. I was going to make a separate video on my goals and my reading desires, I don't know, for 2021, but I thought I'll just add it into this video anyway, because you will see my goals written down anyway. So all I've done is pick a beautiful picture, once again from an old Fairy Loot box. Always keep them, and I always want to add them to my bullet journal as keepsakes. I love how thick my journal was last year. It was so good. So I want to keep that going this year and keep that thickness by adding pictures, stickers, all that jazz. As I am decorating this page, I will tell you my goals. So my reading goal is 100 books this year. It has been 100 books since I think 2016 when I started the Goodreads reading challenge. It's always my goal and I always do reach it. This year was probably the only year I thought I wouldn't hit it, but I did. Next goal is to read 5 non-fiction books. Now, I'm not a person who reads non-fiction at all, but I really want to expand my reading taste this year. I say it every year, but 5 I think is very manageable. I have a couple I own already, and there's a few that I'm interested in, so I want to read the ones I own and then explore non-fiction this year. Next is finish the Illuminator files, which I have wanted to finish Obsidio for the longest time and I never have. Then is finish Stalking Jack the Ripper series. I have to read the last 2. Start and finish the Sentinels of the Galaxy, which is Maria V. Snyder's trilogy, and as a favorite author, I can't believe I haven't read that series yet, which is so sad. Next is read 5 friend recommendations. I want more recommendations from my friends. Then finish the Reckoners trilogy, which is Brandon Sanderson's trilogy. Read a 800 plus page book, which I tend to do every year, but I kind of want to get into more bigger fiction. Start a new graphic novel series. I've only ever read Saga and Heartstopper and Snot Girl, so I definitely want to get into a different series. read all my fairy loot books, because what's the point of ordering book boxes and then not reading the books? It's ridiculous. So I need to read all them. Then buy less books. Yes, I need to buy less books. I really want to make sure the books I'm buying, I'm going to be reading. I don't want them sitting on my shelf for another 2+ years unread. And lastly, enjoy the books that I read. I want to enjoy them. I don't want any boring books. I don't want anything that's kind of meh. If I don't like it, I'll DNF it. I'm ruthless with DNFing. I don't care. So they're my goals for 2021. I would actually love to know what your reading goals are for this year. Please link them in the comments below. I will be so interested because I want to see what other people strive for in their reading. Or do you even have goals? Like, is it something you just do for fun and have no restrictions? Be really interested to know. Thank you for watching my video, and I will be back with my January bullet journal flip through. I better get back to reading. Bye!